One of the most interesting game mechanics I see when I play games that include dashes or just sprinting too fast is that the main character leaves a ghost behind, which make running seem more fun and dashing more amazing. And of course, I wanted to create this mechanic. And sadly, it was pretty simple, so this video is gonna be short. Let's get started. Hi everyone, it's Sir Fadrik and welcome back to another amazing adventure in the Game Mechanics quest. In this quest, we just go around the gaming world, find amazing and interesting mechanics and try to create them using C# and Unity. And in this quest, we're gonna explore the Ghost Sprint ability. First, I need to set up the testing ground or the testing project. I downloaded some sprites from Kenny Assets website, amazing sprite as always, and created a small script to mimic the movement of the player. The code is fairly simple. All you have to do is get the raw axis of the horizontal input stream and move it with transform.translate, giving it a vector.write, multiply it with the input or correct direction. Here is the input horizontal and the current speed and time to delta time in the update function. Before adding the Ghost Sprint ability, we need to figure out that the speed is not set to the max at the start of the movement. We just don't run at max speed at the first, so the speed have to go increasingly to the max speed, and when we stop, the player have to move like a little bit before he stops. So to achieve this in the code, all we have to do is create a function that calls change speed. In that function, we just increase the current speed by a small amount, and if it's reached the max speed, just set it at the max speed, and when the player is stopped moving, all you have to do is decrease the current speed until it reaches 0, and then we stop the movement at all. And that function returns the current speed to be used in the transform.translate. When we try it in Unity, we can simply see how the player just increase the speed and decrease it when it stops. It's a small touch, but will make the movement a bit more fluid. Now to the main quest, to spawn ghost behind the player. To spawn ghost behind the player, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is get the player and get the sprite of that player, and each amount of time, for example each second or each 2 seconds, just spawn that sprite and make it fade away using animation. To create this in Unity, all you have to do is create an empty game object, assign a sprite renderer to it, and assign an animator. In this animator, we have to create an animation that will use the sprite renderer color to move from alpha 1 to alpha 0 to disappear the ghost. When we set this, now make it as prefab and we are set in the Unity editor. Now let's get to the coding. The coding side, we have to create a script, call whatever you want. In my case, I called the ghost sprite spawner. And in this script, we have two simple areas or two simple functions you have to say. The first one is start spawning ghost and the second one is the spawn ghost function. Let's go into the spawn ghost function first. The spawn ghost function is simple. All you have to do is get the prefab as you set it here in the game object sprite prefab, initiate that prefab or initiate that game object, then to take that game object, change the sprite renderer for it at the sprite of the current player and flip the location or flip the direction of that sprite renderer as the same as the player, and after 2 seconds just destroy the ghost. So all this function do is get the sprite prefab, change the sprite, change the flip location and destroy it after a while and show it on the screen. Now let's get to the second function, the start spawning ghost. This function will be called from the update function in the movement class of the player or the enemy, as we can see it here, and it have a small time contraption in it. It consists of current time and time. Time is like, we can say like a fire rate for the gun. This function, we get the current time, we add to it the time.delta time, and then check an if rotation if the current time is bigger than time, so it's bigger than 0.2 second, it just spawn a ghost and reset the time to 0. And this contraption will spawn a ghost each time. So time here is 0.2, so we can 0.5 or 0.1 or just 1 second or 2 or 5 seconds. So it's pretty simple. And that's all about the ghost sprite spawner, and we can see it here in the main editor or in Unity. It's just working perfectly. Each time we move, the player spawn a ghost before it. And if you can change the time to, like, for example, let's say 1 second, we can see that the player take a long time to spawn a ghost and so on. And some final notes, this code can also work for 3D by adding a model and decreasing the alpha of the material of the model, and the script also contains a lot of initiating and destroying objects, so it will be a wise idea to add this script to a polling system that is used in your game. I hope you liked this small video about this unique and amazing gameplay mechanic, and make sure to visit our GitHub to get the link for this code and a lot of another amazing project to dig around in and have fun with. All the links are in the description down below. And if you made this far, consider subscribing and leaving a comment about another cool game mechanics idea you would like me to iterate and create in Unity. And if you're looking for a place to hang out, chat with a friend, and just join and share your ideas about game development and your current projects, our gates is always open in our Discord kingdom. But now, don't forget to like, share, and again subscribe. See you all in another quest.